Hello everyone, this is Yuti Doshi from One Mantra Mental Health. Welcome to another episode of Theory Thursday. Today we are going to talk about a really important topic that needs attention in the present times in each and every sphere of life. That is emotional intelligence. We all have heard about emotional intelligence. What exactly it is, we don't know. And that is what I aim to do today. I will be explaining the exact meaning of what emotional intelligence exactly means and why is it so important to have certain amount of emotional intelligence, whether we can learn it, and what is the difference between IQ and EQ, and which one is more important to have. So let's begin. Emotional intelligence. What exactly does it mean? It refers to the ability to perceive, control, and evaluate emotions. Basically, it means that it is our ability to understand, use, and manage our own emotions in a positive way, in a way which relieves our stress, in a way which helps us communicate effectively, and in such a way that we can empathize with others. So basically, it's managing your own emotions, being able to identify them. Emotional intelligence helps you build stronger relationships, succeed at schoolwork, and achieve your career and personal goals. And that's how it can help you connect with your feelings, turn your intention into action, and make informed decisions about what matters to you the most. And that's the reason why emotional intelligence is so necessary to have. We all have emotional intelligence. It is just that we need to understand what level we are at, how much do we understand and identify our own emotions, and how do we relate with others. The moment we can recognize, the moment we understand only this part of ourselves, I think it will start making a lot of sense. There are four main components that make up emotional intelligence. The first one is self-awareness. Self-awareness basically means, as the word suggests, being aware of yourself, just being aware of your emotions. So, when you recognize your own emotions and how they affect your behavior, that is being self aware. For example, when I'm angry, I do not like to talk to anybody. I am aware that my anger might hurt somebody, so I am not going to contact them. That's it. Just being aware of how many emotions do I experience on a daily basis. What is the intensity of emotions that I experience? What is my emotional vocabulary? And what kind of behavior it leads to when I'm feeling certain kind of feelings. Knowing your own strengths and weaknesses also is a very important part of being self-aware. So that's self-awareness. Coming to social awareness. When you have empathy, when you can understand emotions, needs, and concerns of other people, when you can pick up emotional cues, when you feel comfortable around people, you know, and recognize what are the dynamics in this particular group. Basically, when you understand people, and there can be social awareness once you have self-awareness. Then is relationship management. You know, it's like developing, when you have to develop good relationships, again, self-awareness plays a major role when it comes to emotional intelligence. Uh, Relationship management is also a very important component of this particular concept, where you can communicate clearly, where you are able to maintain good relationships, not only personal but also at work. When you are able to put forward your ideas, beliefs in a healthy way, and when you're able to influence people, when you're able to work well in a team, and conflicts are going to arise, but how you handle those conflicts between with your friends, with your family, with your partner, or even at your work, that all comes under relationship. And another very important factor is self management. When you are self aware, again, when you are self aware, you are more able to manage your own self. For example, you are able to control your impulsive feelings and behaviors. You can manage your emotions in healthy ways. You can take initiatives. You can follow through your commitments, and you can adapt to changing circumstances. All this can happen only if the first very important component is present, that is being self aware. So I personally give a lot of importance to self-awareness, but I think each and every component is equally plays an important role. And once, and it's not that emotional intelligence can't be learned. Once these are like skills: self-awareness, social awareness, relationship management, and self-management. All of these are skills which can always be learned, and you can talk to a mental health expert who can guide you in developing emotional intelligence. Coming to why is emotional intelligence so important? As we all know, it's not the smartest people who are the most successful or most fulfilled in life. We probably know people who are academically brilliant and yet are socially inept and unsuccessful at work or in their personal relationships. So, intellectual ability, that is your IQ, is not enough on its own to achieve success in life. There are other factors too that contribute in success and achievement of life. And the very important things in life, like our school life, that is our education, our health, and our relationship. These three are major components of our life, and emotional intelligence helps you get through all of it. So when it comes to performing at school or at work, why does emotional intelligence have a role here? What happens is, high emotional intelligence can help you navigate the social complexities of your workplace, lead and motivate others, and excel in your career. Same applies to even school. In fact, when it comes to gauging important job candidates, many companies now they rate EQ as an important ability, and many companies employ or administer an EQ testing before hiring candidates. That's the reason developing your emotional quotient is important. Coming to physical and mental health is closely related to physical health, and emotional intelligence plays a huge role in this because when it comes to anger, sadness, extremely elated moods, anything, anything related to your moods, you will observe that there are physical symptoms as well. For example, uncontrolled stress raises your blood pressure, suppresses the immune system, increases the risk of heart attacks, contributing to infertility, and also speeds up your aging process. It is all physical, but closely connected to your mental health as well. So, when your emotions are uncontrolled, it can impact your mental health in such a way that you will be vulnerable to anxiety and depression. If you are unable to understand, get comfortable with, or manage your emotions, you will struggle to form strong relationships with others, which in turn will leave you feeling lonely and isolated, which will increase your mental health. So it's like a chain. And that is the reason why emotional intelligence is so important for your physical and mental health. Coming to your relationships and social intelligence. When it comes to relationships, by understanding your emotions and how you control them, you will be better able to express how you feel and also understand how others are feeling. And that's how you build strong relationships. A smooth communication will be so effective to, uh, you know, forger and maintain strong relationships. When it comes to social intelligence, being in tune with your emotions will serve a social purpose as well. And that is you being able to connect with other people and the world around you. Whether you are at work, whether you are at school, whether you are in college, whether you are in family, whichever group you are, social intelligence enables you to recognize a friend from a foe, and it helps you measure other person's interests in you. It helps you analyze other people. It helps you understand other people. And that's how your stress also is reduced because you know whom you are talking to and why you are talking to somebody. Balance balancing your nervous system through social communication, and it helps in you feel loved and you feel accepted and happy because you have good relations with people around. That is the reason we need to develop these skills of self awareness, social awareness, relationship management, and self management because it will lead to a healthy lifestyle, good performance, physical, mental health, and relationships will be better. The question is, if I have a good IQ, I am smart enough, I can achieve everything. Why do I need an EQ? What is the difference between the two? While IQ works on your mental qualities, not qualities, but the processing basically. It's like the hardware, not only the hardware, sorry. But IQ is basically visual processing, working memory, fluid reasoning, quantitative reasoning. It deals with knowledge and facts. Whereas emotional intelligence is centered on abilities like identifying emotions, evaluating feelings of others and our own. So there is no such thing like one being important than other. IQ is still recognized as an important element of success, particularly when it comes to academic achievement. People with high IQ typically do well in school, often earn more money, and tend to be healthier in general. But today, experts recognize that IQ is not the only determinant of life. It has a lot of other attributions. Success can be attributed to a lot of other things, a major component of which is EQ, because EQ is also now a part of hiring processes. And that is why I would say a balance between your emotions and that is your emotional quotient and your intelligence quotient will help you a great deal in life. Both IQ and EQ play roles in overall success as well as health, wellness, and happiness. So rather than focusing on which factor has more influence on our life, we should always focus on improving all the skills that we have, and be it cognitive skills or be it emotional skills. So that was about emotional quotient. Thank you so much for watching. Yes. Thank you so much for watching, and that was it about emotional quotient. It is I'm just giving you a recap. Emotional intelligence is a very important thing to understand for you, yourself, and also uh, when you're dealing with your family members, when you're dealing with your colleagues. It's something that always comes into play because we are human beings and we deal with people, right? So if I understand how I am feeling right now, if I understand what is the emotion that I am going through right now, it makes so much more sense. I'm able to deal with my emotions if I know what I'm feeling. So I think the first step to um, developing your emotional intelligence is just pausing for a while and asking yourself, what am I feeling right now? And once you know, you will automatically get a hang of it, and you will be able to also understand what do you do when it comes to anger, especially. We don't realize what we do when we are angry, intensely angry, and this is something we can work with. So, if you are having any difficulties when it comes to regulating your emotions or managing your emotions, or you are not understanding what you are feeling right now, there is a mixture of many emotions. You can always talk to a mental health professional who can help you understand your own emotions. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the session. If you have any feedback, please leave your comments below, or you can also send a DM if you have any queries. I will always be there to answer them. Thank you so much.